The William Allen White Award for 2016 was The Boy on the Porch. It's by Sharon Creech. The illustrator of the cover right here is Sharon Creech. There's no other illustrations in the book. Publisher is Joanna Kotler Books. Copyright date 2013. Genre is fiction. It has 176 pages, and it's intended for ages 8 to 13. This book is about, Boy on the Porch is a story about a couple named Martha and John, and they one day found a boy on their porch with a note in his pocket that said that the parents would be back and he would only be here for a little while. The handwriting was not great. The spelling was not great. And the couple didn't really know what to do with the boy. They decided, well, we have to do something. So they went ahead and fostered the boy. The John was a little bit more reluctant because he didn't want his wife to grow attached to the boy. But they ended up taking care of him. And as they waited for his parents to return, day in and day out, nobody came for him. And the boy was also unable to speak. He would communicate through taps. He would tap the table, tap his arm, and he liked to paint. He painted with mud and water and paint. But other than that, they didn't know how to relate to him. He had a really good relationship with their dog and the cow that they have on their property. Anyways, the couple grew to really love the boy and take care of him. And when it was time for him to leave, they realized how attached they really were. So after he had left, they ended up fostering more children. So it showed that they do have the love and care and open heart and mind that it takes to foster a child that's not theirs. But this is the only illustration in the book. And it's literally a boy on the porch with their dog. It's a beagle. And it's very realistic. Painting. Kind of looks like a photograph. It's very beautiful. The story is good for children because it shows the characteristic of acceptance, compassion, generosity, which are all characteristics that we could all learn from and would be good for us to obtain ourselves. So it would be good for children to understand the differences in people and how they want to be accepted as well. Reminds me of my boss because she is not only a foster parent of an autistic boy who's nonverbal, she's also adopting 2 little boys who've been through a lot. So that reminds me of her. This book reminds me of her and her acceptance and her love and the change that she's made in the lives of these young boys by just loving them. That's all she had to do. That's all they needed was just love. So I think a good lesson or activity for a class would be to come up with their own type, maybe small groups, come up with their own way to communicate other than using language, because some children don't know how to do sign language and some don't speak. There's a lot of nonverbal autistic kids, like I have a few in my class actually. So a good lesson would be to come up with an alternative way to communicate, and that's all.